This is Hardy Brute, and today we'll be playing Auto Rogue, a somewhat auto battler with skills and relics, but you order and change the conditions of your skills using almost block computer language. Let's get it started. So we start with 2 basic skills, acquire a random main skill, deal 5 damage and recover it as health, apply burn, deal 6 damage but you get 1 more energy next turn. I like that one a lot. So now we have 2 attack skills, and the way you play is you drag them from the right to the left, you order them, you put conditions on them, and the game will automatically use them based on how you set them up. So how it is right now, he's going to use all of his attack skills until he's out of energy, and he's probably not even going to use the armor. There's a mama meter. Based on how fast you beat the fight, she either gets closer or further away, and you lose the game if Mama catches you, or if you're not able to beat the fight in about 10 turns. You get bonus loot for not taking damage and going really fast. We found Ignite again, or deal 3 damage twice. Or deal damage and heal. I like the double attack. Its upgrade is 3 damage 3 times. It's even better. Skills and relics also combine together to make new things sometimes. So now you can spend your mama meter to upgrade skills or relics. But let's add in some conditions to our abilities. So our prior investment gives us more energy the next time after we've used it, so we only want to use it, I'm going to say 1 time. And we put all the rest of the energy that's left over into our consecutive slashes. With the puff or armor generation, we can create a condition based on armor. So if I have at the most 10 armor, it'll stop using it, and it creates 5 armor per use, so it's going to be used twice. My prior investment's going to be used once, and then everything else I have is going to be thrown into consecutive slashes. Alright, let's upgrade some skills. My main damage is the consecutive slash, so we should definitely upgrade that. Probably want to upgrade the puff as well. So now it gives 8 shield per use. And that's probably enough for the mama meter. I think it's a little bit too risky to take 6 away. And the game calculates how much damage you'll take, how long it'll take. And monsters have abilities, and you don't heal per round. It also shows you how much damage they'll be doing per round too. We got 2 more mama meter back. Ooh, a spare battery. First skill being used refunds 3 energy. You can heal beyond your max. I don't heal, so that's not useful. And for every adjustment gain strength and sturdy. So adjustment means the skill being used. So I have to use a skill 5 times in order to gain those stats. The spare battery is really good though. Especially when I only start with 9 energy. So we're going to require a skill, a potion, or relic. Relics seem really strong. If mama meter is less than 10, you gain 2 maximum energy, or 3. At the beginning of the battle, apply 1 weak. So they do less damage, 25 to 40%. Every 4 times you deal damage, deal an additional 5. Ooh, and it combines. Muramasa. So it starts with 60 energy, and every time you deal damage, it decreases the energy cost by 1. It's a limit, so it's only going to be used once, but it's going to do 50% of the target's max HP. That's pretty cool. Goes really good with our consecutive slash. So let's make the condition that it's used, if it hasn't been used yet. And that should hopefully trigger it. Currently he's going to attack for 5, but I'm blocking for I think 16. So I'm taking 0 damage and it's going to take 2 rounds. And our muramasa got to 46. It didn't even get close to being activated. We got 2 more mama meters. And some rewards, let's go. So these are consumables. Recover energy, apply weak or vulnerable, make you immune to damage. I think the weak is really strong. The energy cost is increased by 2, but you heal the damage. Energy cost of the skill is increased by 1, but it pierces shield. Energy cost becomes 0, but the skill also becomes limit, so you can only use it once per turn. That sounds pretty useful. There's quite a bit of skills we have that are only going to be used once. A normal enemy or an elite enemy. And you can't use the limit on the limit, I see. So muramasa is already a limit. I thought I could cheese it. Start the enemy at 50% health. That was the dream. Well, I'm sure I'll find a use for that. Ooh, there's a cactus friend. He's only doing 8 damage. I'm taking 0, it's still only going to take 2 rounds. So far the consecutive strikes is really strong. Plus 2 more mamas, let's go. Blood Claw, heal the amount. Gain 5 shield. It's increased based on your strength. We don't have any strength. Double the shield limit. Oh, it's limited. Hopefully I can get some strength. Strength would be really good for our multi-attack build. You can heal beyond max. You get even more gold. Enemies with at least 1 stack of burn take extra damage. And it gives them a stack of burn. That sounds pretty good. I think burn's permanent too. Upgrade a relic, upgrade a skill. I'd like to upgrade the muramasa. The kunai, the emberstone too, the thing we just got would be really good to upgrade. There's a lot of things I'd like to upgrade, honestly. Even the spare batteries, which is probably the worst one, would be really good. So now we just do 1.2 times damage, I believe? Ooh, now we're going to take 4 damage. So I can change the value and increase it. He's doing 1 times 4. 15 wasn't enough. Let's do 20. Ooh, that made it way worse. Let's go back to 10. So I'm going to take 4 damage. The steel shield's actually worse than my puff that's upgraded. I can use my potion I got, I suppose. Buy an extra slot, throw the debuff in. And the priority is the order, so it's going to be used in order, so it's going to use my potion first. And now we're not taking any damage. And he's going to die in 2 turns. I could live with that. That sounds pretty fair. I didn't read this guy's abilities. And it also looks like the fire went down 1. So in the first 2 turns I do 1.2 times damage. Let's see what we got. Deal 2 times burn damage, that's pretty cool. Deal 10 damage, but if you have strength, or you do 25 from that 10, you do 15 more. Gain 30 shield. I'm not really in love with any of these though. We should just roll them. Deal damage 10 times the strength. We don't have any strength. Deal 40 damage, take 10. That's kinda cool, but that's gonna kill us. Special increases maximum energy by 2 during the battle. And then you rest. Skill can only be used once per turn. Seems okay. Recover 2 energy, but reduces maximum by 1? That's gonna destroy us in the long run. Not a big fan of these either. Exchange the enemy's shield with your own. That sounds cool. Lose 15 HP, recover energy. I think the switching could be really strong. If you attack only 1 time, you get plus 4 max energy. Or you can just get plus 2 max energy and sturdy. So armor. Can't activate skills on even turns. Winter Specimen is just benefit. The other 2 had negatives. So we have an extra skill slot now. We can throw that other shield in, I suppose. Give it a condition based on the enemy. So we can base it on their... when they have armor, because we're going to steal it. And if they have 20 armor? Now let's just do 15. So we'll steal their armor. We'll gain a little bit more armor. But it won't activate because we stole it. And then we'll just attack as if they don't have armor. And hopefully the muramasa will happen at the end. Alright, let's check it out. Oh, we did a lot of upfront damage. He almost died in 2 turns. Yeah, that's fine. Get another consumable. Gain 4 sturdy. Apply 20 burn. Reduce an enemy's strength by 15. Being tanky is never bad. I'll lose 6 HP but reduce the energy cost by 1. So do I lose HP every time I use it? Harvest. Deals another 20 damage. And it grows by 20 damage every single time that skill kills something. Damage dealt by this skill is burn. I like the harvest a lot. Especially if we ever use our muramasa. Although we have to get to round like 6 or something. So she just sells skills and she can upgrade stuff. Double the shield. Heal to full? But it's a limit, so you can only use it once. Recover 2 energy next turn. If you're going to be attacked, you gain 6 strength. The beginning of the turn, shield will no longer be lost. And the fire enchantment we saw earlier. I think I'm just going to upgrade things. I really need to upgrade. So the energy is at 40 now instead of 60. That's a lot more manageable. That should actually activate now. Then we can upgrade probably the kunai. What's the skills we can do? The switching, that's the one I'm using right now, I think. Energy cost becomes 1. That's not terrible. This is the shield with strength. I'm not using strength. And this goes from 6 damage to 9 damage. That doesn't help us at all. We're using that skill mainly to get energy. Which the spare batteries give us energy, so... hopefully with that energy boost, we can use our enough connective slashes to use Muramasu pretty fast. Throw the harvest on Muramasa. So this guy is immune to debuffs, and he has growing scales. So every time he's attacked, he gains 1 shield. Temporary shield to the end of turn? That really counters our multi-attack. And at the moment, I'm doing 0 damage, and I'm timing out to round 10. So, let's just see what the fight looks like. So every time he's getting shield, he's taking damage initially. It seems like we're actually going to win, we're just going to time out before we win. He's got 20 HP, he was going down each round. But the turn limit screwed us over. After messing with the skills for a while, I realized the steel shield wasn't the switching one. And after a little while longer, I realized that the switching is limited, so you can only use it once per turn. So this is the setup I found in order to beat him. We use the sturdy potion to live. Most of our damage comes from the prior investment instead of consecutive slashes giving him armor. Although I did add a harvest to consecutive slash for 1 big hit initially. And we end up beating him in 6 turns. So our mama meter goes down, but it could be worse. I'm not a big fan of the time limit, especially when I had 20 mama meters to burn through. Gain 3 shield each time you use a skill, and it combines with something. Gain 3 strength. If you have an even number, do vulnerable. If you have an odd number, do weak. That skill is really strong. It's a mystery golden shop and it seems to take all of my money. Recover max energy, but then lose the game. Skip the enemy turn, start your turn again. You need a key for the chest. I don't really need any of these. I could buy the chest. I only have 56 gold anyways. And maybe there's something good inside. After that last fight, I have to reorder all my skills. Put muramasa back in. I need to take the harvest off of the consecutive slash, otherwise it's just a one-time use. Put the harvest back on muramasa. Get rid of the single-use prior investment. Raise up the priority of that one, and make it so it's connected, so every time this skill is used, the consecutive slash is used. Add bet the armor limitation. He's doing 17, so I probably want at least 20 armor. So I'm going to take 17, it's going to take 2 rounds though. And let's add in the 2 sides to see how that affects things. So he's going to get weakness and vulnerable. And now we take 52 damage, but if we change the condition, make it so it's only used the 1 time per round. Now he's down to 13. So we're at 17, now we're at 13. I'm still taking more damage for some reason. Add another puff, add another 1-time use. Put the priority, yeah, right there next to 2 sides. So now I'm only taking 3 damage for 2 rounds, and that's pretty good. I can live with 3 damage. Not sure why we were taking so much damage that fight. But we have 40 life. Let's see what we got. Start battle with 2 strength, that's pretty good. My vol meter is always really high, so no. Gain 1 sturdy for every 10 energy used. And it combines. A blue marble, what is that? The shield gained increases by 1 up to a maximum of 5. If we had that before, we probably would have taken 0 damage. Oh, nice, let's go fight the elite. Nice, got 200 health. We're taking 6 damage again. It's only going to take 3 rounds. So that's 16 without that other puff. This 1 puff should be enough, I'm not sure why it's not working. After fiddling around for quite a while, I realized that the arrow was pointing the wrong way the entire time. And that was the culprit of taking damage. I also realized that Muramasu, at the very bottom, was never going to have priority and be used, even with the unused condition. So my prior investment is used once, my 2-sided is used once, and my Muramasu can be used if possible. And my remaining energy is used on consecutive slashes until it's all gone. I will definitely accept that fight. Is there consumables again? Could get a little bit of gold, can do 50 damage. Can gain 4 strength. Let's see what, there might be a shop coming up. Convert the damage dealt to shield. Lose 6 HP but reduce the energy cost. Cost of the skill is increased by 1, but the damage is also increased by 5. That could be really good for the consecutive slash. When the enemy has shield, deal 20 damage and gain strength and sturdy. That's really strong. Deal 5 damage. If the enemy has less than 50 HP, deal 15 more. Or just gain 2 shield each time the skill is used. That's a perma, whatever that means. It does combine with the skill I'm using to make coin beam. Deal 3 damage per adjustment. It costs 7 energy though. But it does scale damage over time, I guess. 7 is a lot. Should upgrade a relic, I think. I still have the kunai I haven't upgraded. Instead of every 4th attack, it's every 3rd attack? Seems pretty strong. And I think our harvest is slowly scaling. Ooh, I'm gonna take 59 damage from this guy, but I only have 37 health. He's very tanky. When he attacks, he does shield damage. He gains shield back when he loses it, other than from himself, and he retains his shield. So let's steal his armor initially, and then change the priority of our armor and see what that does. Ooh, so now we do enough damage to negate his armor. And his damage is armor, so I guess I have to have more damage up front. Let's just take the 13. I'd been fiddling with that for a while too. Trying to figure out what would be best. Ooh, my muramasa gets the kill. We got a lot of gold. And we're still half alive. It's not too bad. He was the second boss, I believe. Act 2 boss. Deal 40, take 10. Gain strength. Recover energy equal to the adjustment. None of these are that exciting. I'll probably just take black magic because our build's kind of locked into multiple attacks. Make muramasa pop off. Can only use skills on even. Gain energy equal to 10% of burn. That's kind of cool. Max energy and strength. So it's the opposite of the other one. The other one gave 2 sturdy. Ooh, this guy dies in 1 turn. It's because he has 300 armor and we steal it. That's awesome. Sadly, muramasa did not activate. Up to 22 Mawa now. Nice. She's never gonna catch us. At the start of turn 6, do 25% fixed damage. And the upgrade is 30% for turn 5. That was the only useful relic. Heal 100%, more burning, strength, shield. Burn is damage. Reduce the energy cost by 1. If it costs more than 4. It's interesting. That'd be really good for that gold one we have. And let's upgrade the hard fruit. The sturdy is nice. And staying alive's never bad. I don't really have any skills besides the 2 sides that I'd want to upgrade. The switching upgrade's actually really bad. It's a limited item, so making it cost 2 less energy doesn't really help at all. You save 2 energy 1 time. The entire fight. Oh, so we're taking 0 damage. And he dies in 2 turns, and we're switching his armor right off the bat. So we're just doing face damage. Let's go. Easy fight. Ooh, muramasa got the kill again. Nice, muramasa. And what do we get? A potion for burning shield. Or a little more energy based on shield. I think burn, we probably need the damage at some point. It looks like there's only 2 more fights. Damage dealt pierces the shield. We could have used that for our first big fight. Because that guy only had shield that kept us at bay. I think I'm going to take that just for the boss because I don't know what he's going to do. Fight an elite enemy? So he's got 600 health. He has no shield. So he gains temporary strength based on how many times he's attacked. And his debuffs are reflected. So I got rid of the switching. And I tried to put all the damage on the consecutive slashes. Just to see what the fight looks like. So we seem to be surviving. This turn 6, turn 7. So it seemed like we would win. But we'd have to get to turn 30 or 40. So let's see if we can rearrange some of this. We need just a bit more damage. I think the burn potion could actually do it. Ooh, we don't take any damage. He dies in 8 turns. But the fight actually wins. Because he's taking burn every single turn. And the burn doesn't add to his temporary strength. So that was the only way I could beat him. Once again, my multi-attacks were working against me. And a lot of times you can rearrange to win the fight, but there's also times where it's just impossible. And you gotta restart the entire run. Apply to burn. Enemy has shield, that's the guard break, it's the bomb. Let's upgrade the prior investment. We need a little bit more damage maybe. It's only 3 damage, but maybe it'll help. Can only use 1 attack skill. Max energy is increased, but the enemy gets strength. That's really bad. Gain 4 energy in bosses and elite fights. That sounds pretty nice. It would have been useful in the last fight, except for him scaling off every time we attack him. At this point we have most things upgraded. I think there's a relic we missed. Winter Specimen or the First Fire? Probably the First Fire. The strength is probably going to help us the most. And it's the final boss. He's got 1,000 health, and right now we don't do enough damage. Our Muramasa's in the wrong position, but we couldn't use it in the last fight. We were trying to limit the number of attacks we did. So now he dies in 9 turns. With a Muramasa finish? It seems like it since it's only at 21. Ooh, my Puff is in a really bad spot. And my Harvest should be moved. This fight isn't optimized at all, but it didn't need to be. Ooh, that Muramasa though, that was clean. And yeah, I'll accept it. We were really strong early on, so we could take some losses later. And that was the game. We beat normal. Beating normal for the first time unlocks the Black Mage. I learned a lot throughout the run. I realized I was playing really bad early on. Even the priorities were way off. But the game is pretty fun. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Later.